Hey everybody, welcome. And today we are going to talk about 15 financial threats that you must learn how to avoid because they can take you out of the money game permanently. Okay? So watch this video to learn what these 15 financial threats are and how you can avoid them and ensure financial success for you and your family.
That's right. Hello, teen. We are John and Tara Thorman, your money coaches for entrepreneurs, small business owners, the self-employed, and anyone who wants to be one.
Okay, so there's a famous quote by legendary football coach Bear Bryant, and it goes like this: offense sells tickets.
And defense wins championships.
That's right, defense wins championships, okay? So those words apply directly to your money game. We're making this analogy here between football, okay, and money because they're both team sports, and there's a lot of things that we can draw comparisons to help our learning and our understanding. So football is like the money game, and here we go. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Give it to us, babe.
Offense is
Cash flow management and asset management.
and defense is
Risk management and debt management.
and the special teams are
Special teams, okay, that is your tax management and your legal management. And I like to call these guys our A team. Help you remember the A team. You need to have agents, advisors, attorneys, accountants, and bankers. This is a team sport, and we need everybody involved.
that's right.
Now, if you're like most people,
Your defense stinks.
your defense really stinks. That's right. By the end of this video, though, whoo, relax. You're going to know what these financial threats are, and you'll have some plays to call so that you can deal with them, right? And win your money game. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go, coach.
Awesome. Now, these 15 financial threats are real. We're not making these up, okay? You just probably are not aware of them all because you haven't really sat down to think about it. And some of these threats in your life won't come till later, okay? But you need to prepare now, sometimes decades in advance, so that you've got the right play when you need it, okay? Don't let it happen to you. I see this all the time. People get into their 50s and 60s and they want, more protection of a specific financial threat, and they can't get it because it's too late. They've missed their window of opportunity, and they should have handled it, years earlier. So we're going to help you today so that you don't get, blown up like that in the end of your game.
All right, honey. Are you ready? Let's begin to identify the 15 financial threats.
Sounds good to me. Let's do it.
Yep. Number one is cash flow risk.
Cash flow. You're at risk of losing cash flow. Eek, it's terrible to think about, but that could happen from unemployment if you have a job currently, or if your business experiences a setback. All kinds of things could happen, but cash flow risk is our number one risk.
Right. Asset risk.
Accidents happen, storms, people steal things burn to the ground. So your physical important assets like plant and equipment and land and buildings and vehicles, all that kind of stuff, we got to make sure that those threats are properly managed.
Health risk.
Oh my gosh, your health. If you don't have your health, you've got no wealth, right? So we want to make sure that we're addressing the general health situations, but also things like critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness, and disability that keeps you from working and earning money.
Mortality risk.
So none of us are getting out of this alive, right? We're all going to die, but we don't know when. And so there's that risk because you are your number one asset. Your top, income producing asset is you. And so we got to look at managing that financial threat for yourself and your family.
That's right. Expense risk.
Yeah, expense risk is spending too much money, right? If your outflows exceed your inflows, then your upkeep will be your downfall, right? So financial rule number one is to spend less money than you earn. Okay.
Credit risk.
Credit risk in our modern economy is a real deal, right? Just about anything you want to do, and these days they're doing a credit check, okay? Whether it's getting some kind of insurance, applying for a job, applying to enter an apartment, they're going to pull your credit. So you want to have good credit, and you want to minimize and eliminate the bad debt, and you want to make sure that you're managing your credit properly so that you've got the best score possible.
Market risk.
Market risk, stock market risk, okay? geopolitics, like it's a global economy now and everything affects everything else. But there's serious market risk. Remember in 2008, people's 401ks overnight, it seemed, became 201ks, right? They were cut in half. And that's serious market risk that you got to manage and avoid.
Wow. Sequence of returns risk.
So this applies to when you're in your financial freedom phase, or AKA retirement, and you are drawing down from your nest egg, you're spending money. Well, sequence of return risk is really the opposite of dollar cost averaging. As you're accumulating your nest egg, dollar cost averaging works to help you buy more shares when the market drops, right? The opposite happens in retirement when you are withdrawing the funds. You're selling off shares every month to turn it into cash. And when the market drops, man, that's called dollar cost ravaging. Okay, it'll eat up and destroy your nest egg, your portfolio, years ahead, and you end up running out of money before you run out of life. Not good.
Wow. Taxation risk.
Taxation risk. If you look at your 401k statement, it says $1 million. You can get kind of, feeling good about that, but that is not all your money. Okay, your 401k, the government's coming for their part before you get yours, and so you might only have 40% of that balance. But the threat, the risk right now that's real is that income tax rates are projected to go up dramatically within the next 10 years.
Okay, longevity risk.
Longevity risk. So advances in medicine and technology are allowing people to live longer, which is awesome, but that means that you've got to fund a longer retirement, right? So longevity risk is a real deal.
Here we go. Cognitive decline and impairment risk.
Yeah, this is such a serious risk because we're living longer, and we don't even think about this, but as you age, your ability, your mental acuity, right, your ability to process and think and make good decisions starts to go down.
Right, it's less.
And you don't want to be the one responsible for all of the financial decisions if you're not all there. I don't know a nicer way to say that, but that is a legitimate risk and why you want to have some outside help.
Right. Identity theft and fraud.
Oh my gosh, this is a big deal too, right? I don't know how many seconds somebody's identity is stolen. It's crazy, but it's something in our world today that we got to deal with. So we got to put things in place so that you can manage identity theft and not being scammed out of your money.
Right. Inflation risk.
For real, inflation's been high and hurt us the last few years, right? Well, that could continue, and that just erodes your purchasing power. So I read this thing the other day. In 1980, to be a millionaire was awesome, but if you wanted to be a millionaire today, you'd need $3.5 million.
Wow.
To have the same purchasing power because of inflation.
Wow.
Okay.
Legislative risk.
Oh, the government can change the rules, right? So that can throw us for a loop. Fortunately, with some of these threat management tools, you can fall under what's called like a grandfather clause. So if you get in now, it's less likely that they'll change the rules on you down the road and you can be grandfathered in. And then the number one biggest financial threat is you. Seriously, it's you, okay? You're your biggest financial threat. And here's why. If you don't have a good financial education, you're at a major disadvantage. But it's your emotions. You can't let your emotions determine your behavior, right? That's what happens to people, okay? We've seen this. Dalbar's done the research. They've been watching investor behavior for over 30 years. And sure, the S&P 500 net real compound annual growth rate might be 9.66, I think it was. But the average equity fund investor during that same time only got 6.81. And it's largely because they're driven by their emotions and they make bad financial decisions, right? Instead of buy low, sell high, they do the other way around. Like the market goes down and it goes down and then you panic and then you sell and then you wait too long to get back in. It's terrible. So it's financial literacy, financial education, but it's also investor psychology. Those two things is why you are your greatest financial threat, and you've got to take that seriously and look at how you can avoid that financial threat in your life. We got five defensive plays that you can run with to avoid these 15 financial threats.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Number one, liquidity.
Oh my God, there is not much that's as good as having lots of cash on hand when you need it, right?
Right.
So we're talking cash, cash equivalents, we're talking gold and silver, okay? Start out with, 6 months at least of your monthly expenses and then increase it from there. That's not the end game, okay? By retirement time or by your financial freedom time, you want to have like 3 or more years of liquidity so that if the market, something terrible happens and the value of your assets drops in half, like 2008, that you don't have to sell those assets then. You want to have cash on hand. So start with 6 months as a goal now, and then over the years, you want to ratchet that up. So when you're ready to retire, you got maybe 3 or more years of liquidity accessible to you.
Very good. Credit lines.
So you want to have access to credit, and it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So the best time to take care of that's right now. See what you can do to get lines of credit established, okay, at favorable terms that work for you, because it costs you nothing if you never use it.
Right.
But it'll give you tremendous peace of mind and security knowing that if you need to stroke a big check, you can do it because you've got your credit lines already established.
Right. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Insurance will transfer the most catastrophic risks you face.
That's right. And this is one area that people have humongous misunderstandings and miseducation on.
Right.
They're neglecting and ignoring insurance. And we got to fix that because this is a powerful power tool, okay, in your arsenal. Insurance provides you with leverage, okay, and peace of mind and asset protection. It's a big deal. So we're going to spend some time going over this today to explain better how you can use insurance. The catastrophic risks that you face are with your assets, like we talked about, your equipment and buildings and land and fleet of vehicles and your home and your car and all that kind of stuff, right? So make sure you got all those insurances up to date and you're insured for the right amount, that you've got, much more in terms of liability coverage, and see what you can do maybe from different strategies or deductibles to make that more cost effective, okay? Next are catastrophic health risks. And stuff happens, especially as you age, right? Things start to wear out, fall out, spread out, break out. Like, it's not good. And you want to have catastrophic health insurance to manage that stuff. Plus, there's all kinds of other health insurance type related policies, critical illness things, workers' comp, vision, dental, hearing, and all that stuff. Make sure that you've got the health insurance part addressed right, and you got your deductibles right, and your cash set aside to pay those deductibles. Because that's a terrible thing happening in the U.S. right now. People have health insurance, but they don't have the money to pay the deductibles, so they don't get the health care they need.
Right.
We gotta address that. Take care of it. Next, a lot of those 15 financial threats, those catastrophic risks to your financial well-being, can be managed by owning different types of life insurance. And people don't get this. So we're going to run through it really quick because life insurance is terribly misunderstood and terribly underutilized as a power tool in your financial toolbox, okay? So, or your playbook, I should say. So think of it like this. I want you to think of buying life insurance like you would if you went into your favorite clothing store. And guys, you're looking to buy a suit. Something big's coming up, big event, and you need to look your best, right? So you go into the clothing store and it's like, I need a suit. And you find something, you got your favorite color, nice, pattern, good thread count, whatever, nice fabric, right? And you grab that suit off the shelf and you go pay for it and you leave.
Oh, you don't do that.
Oh, you don't do that? What's the problem?
It will not fit.
You'll look like crap, right? It's not going to work. It doesn't work like that. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to call in the tailor, right? He's bringing his pins and his little chalk and all that kind of mess. So your pants, well, you got to take in the waist, right? You got to hem them. Would you like a cuff with those, right? And then your suit coat, you might take it in on the sides. You might need a pad on the shoulder. You might need to move a button. You definitely probably have to change the length of the sleeves. We got to do something, at least I do, right? You got to tailor this suit.
Right.
And then, of course, while you're in there, you should probably get a few matching shirts to match and then some nice designer ties, right? So it's popping, right? And then you get a pocket square to go with that. Oh, and those shirts you probably should have a monogrammed, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then get the bling, get some really nice, cufflinks to go with that new shirt. But then you're not done yet, because you need socks, right? You need a belt, you need new shoes. So now you've completely accessorized this thing, but you've tailored it specifically for you. Right. It fits perfect, and it's going to give you everything you want. So when you go out there, you looking fine, and you feel invincible, right? That's what we're talking about here with life insurance. Stop, pulling the thing off the rack and leaving the store. We gotta tailor this thing so it fits you.
Right.
One size fits all financial advice doesn't fit you at all.
Exactly, it doesn't.
Right? It's awful. That suit's gonna look terrible as is. All right, we gotta tailor it. Now, here's the problem. The financial gurus, all these celebrities, all they do is give you one size fits all. So if you try to implement it, it's gonna look terrible. It doesn't work. Right. So Dave Ramsey's, Suze Ormans of the world, forget about it. Here's what they say. Life insurance has only one purpose: to replace your income when you die. After you die, someone's getting a check and that's it. But that ain't it. That's just the beginning, okay? They are missing all these other powerful tools and accessories that you can use to get leverage and grow your wealth faster, okay? So the guru's overly simplistic and very basic, minimal advice is terrible. It's intended for the average person. Well, I got news. You are not the average person, right? You're the entrepreneur. You're the business owner. You're the self-employed, or you're the person who's fixing to do those things. You're not average and ordinary, so you can't follow that advice because it's not designed for you. What you want and what you really need is a personal tailor. Someone that can customize the insurance to transfer the financial risk that you have and help you achieve your financial goals. Okay, let me just blow your mind for one quick second, because they're all recommending term insurance, term life insurance, and I'm telling you that is a financial trap. It's a financial trap because it's a threat to your long-term financial security and peace of mind, okay? And you actually have got to avoid that recommendation because it'll destroy your wealth game. It could blow it up, like for real. So and before you all start sending me hate mail, let me explain what I'm talking about, okay? I believe that the right kind of term life insurance is awesome in the right situation, in the right scenario, especially if you have got no surplus cash flow. If there's no overflow going onto your balance sheet, if you're spending everything that you're making, but you've got debt and spouse and kids, you need a whole lot of life insurance, and you can get that least expensively through term insurance, right? So when there's a time to buy a lot of term insurance, but here's the problem. The gurus and all these other people out there trying to sell you the cheapest term life insurance policy are setting you up for failure big time. And here's why. Those term policies terminate. Right? They terminate. And then so you only have coverage for 10 or 20, maybe 30 years. But if you buy one when you're 30 and you got a 30-year term policy and it blows up, it terminates when you're 60, now what? Okay? So it's a trap that we've got to avoid. Here's what you want to look for when you get a lot of term insurance. Number one, that thing better have incredible living benefits. The old life insurance was really, it was miscalled. It should have been called death insurance because it only paid out when you died, right? That's not how it is today. That advice is like 40 years old. The modern life insurance has living benefits. So as the owner of the policy, you can benefit. You can be a beneficiary of your own policy, okay? That's by having living benefits. Living benefits will pay you to recover from a critical illness, a chronic illness, and pay you end of life when you have a terminal illness. You don't have to die to access all those valuable insurance benefits, okay? Plus, the other benefit of the modern insurance is the fact that it's convertible. This is the best kind of term insurance to get. It's convertible to a permanent policy. I want you to think about term life insurance as training wheels on your cycle of wealth accumulation. Okay? It's temporary, right? It's term insurance. It's temporary, but the idea is to get you off of the training wheels and into a permanent policy that's not going to go away. Because what's the best kind of life insurance to have when you die? The policy that's in force is the best kind of life insurance, right? And here's what we know about term life insurance, that of all the term insurance issued, only just over 1% of those policies are ever going to pay out. So that means, 98+% of you with a term insurance policy are not going to get any benefit from it. They're designed to terminate, right? Or they get so expensive that you cancel them.
Wow.
After that term's up, it's way too expensive and you end up getting rid of it. One, because you've got the wrong philosophy about life insurance and wealth in general. But two, you're just looking at it as an expense and you're not seeing the leverage that thing could offer you. So I'm encouraging you, get the best term insurance that has living benefits and is convertible to a permanent policy, right? That should be your goal. Term life insurance is like training wheels on your cycle, and you can start transferring that over as your business becomes more stable, your income grows, your cash flow is more sustainable. Transfer that term over to permanent. Don't stop there, okay? There's another living benefit. Once you've converted to a permanent policy, those policies can be designed, custom tailored to fit you so that you can stuff those things full of cash, right? You're going to save money somewhere, whether it's in a checking account earning 0, savings account earning 1, money market earning 5. You're going to save money. You need to have liquidity. Save it somewhere. Well, these right policies, these cash value policies can be designed so you can earn 5, 6, or 7% on your money, and it grows tax deferred, and you can access the cash whenever you want. You can get like collateralized loan from the insurance company, just like that. And you can build this thing up so that you can get tax-free retirement income. Yeah, you don't want to miss out on that. And in fact, Ed Slott, who is a CPA and is kind of nicknamed America's IRA expert, says that these kind of policies, these permanent life insurance policies, when they're tailored and designed to fit you, you can stick so much cash in them that it's actually the best provision in the tax code for you to accumulate wealth. That's what he said. So you don't want to miss out on that, right? So reach out to us. Let us help explain it. Do the free insurance review and help you get these things set up correctly. Our number 4 defensive play that you want to implement is
asset allocation and diversification.
Sorry, that was long. Did you fall asleep on me?
Almost.
You napped out. All right. Legendary hedge fund manager Ray Dalio speaks about the holy grail of investing. Right? And what does he recommend?
I have no clue.
All right. Here's what he recommends. Pay attention, honey. He recommends your portfolio have somewhere between 10 to 15 different non-correlated assets, right? And by doing that, he says you can reduce your risk, your stock market risk, by up to 80% without losing the rate of return. Well, that's awesome. It's safer. I keep earning the same amount of money, 10 to 15. Now, and if you like wisdom, you probably heard of King Solomon. Look up Ecclesiastes 11, verse 2. And it says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. So I think we can apply that to our financial freedom account, to our retirement plans, and asset allocate 7 or 8. Ray says 10 to 15. So pick a number, but allocate your monies between different asset classes, okay? And then diversify within each asset class. So to avoid a financial threat here, what we're talking about is looking beyond the standard Wall Street 60% stock, 40% bond portfolio. Like that's outdated, okay? We got to look beyond that and change it up, get more asset allocation, look at other asset classes, and that'll protect you so you can grow your wealth. All right?
Okay.
Number 5, babe, what do we got?
Working with a financial coach.
Oh, financial success coach. That's right. Money and wealth. These are team sports, right? And you will come out ahead. It'll be to your advantage to work with a coach, right? Part of the team sport concept, work with a coach. They'll help hold you accountable. They'll help you answer the right questions and come to the right decisions so that you can be the MVP, right? You can be the most valuable player in your financial team and achieve your goals, okay? So that is our 5 defensive plays that you can start practicing right now.
Right.
You got to get in the game. You got to start practicing these so you can get good at them. You don't expect, please, don't expect to be good at a defensive play if you've not been good in the past, right? And if you are good, don't stop practicing. Like, you got to keep at it, because the number 1 rule of financial fitness is never stop exercising, right? Never stop training.
Right.
Okay? So start practicing, start training on these 5 defensive plays, and figure out how you can use life insurance as leverage to protect you from these financial threats. Okay? If you want to work with a financial success coach, we're here. You can look for the link in the box below. There's a way to schedule a free initial consult, see if you're a good fit to be coached by us. And everybody, find that link in the box to request your complimentary life insurance review so we can give you a more detailed analysis, and we'll be the tailors, okay, so that your life insurance fits you, right?
Sounds good. Very good.
Are you ready to win more of your money games? Then let's do this, okay? Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified you don't want to miss another video, and next week's going to be a beauty.
Yeah.
It's good. And we would love your comments. Please leave us a comment, ask a question, maybe a suggestion on a topic you'd like us to cover more, and share it with others. But please at least like, all right? And that'll help us get the message out and help more people. So thank you so much. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.